welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We're in the kitchen this morning. We're kind of dressing up our breakfast style. I would call this a Christmas morning breakfast.
Totally holiday breakfasts.
Yes, it's not like my everyday breakfast.
Yes, this is way more exciting.
Way more exciting. We have like several different options, but right now we're going to demonstrate what?
We're going to do some eggnog French toast, so a little more festive, but you know, still pretty easy, because for holidays you kind of want quick but fun and exciting, and you want the kids to be excited. And
yeah.
So
when you're using eggnog, do you still need to use eggs?
Yes, for the French toast, mostly because it gives it that, you know, the familiar texture that you're used to and stuff. So
the eggnog
kind of holds it all together.
Flavor.
Yes,
Great.
That's what makes it kind of festive.
Well, let's get started. What do we do?
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put some eggnog in here. We're gonna mix it all up in here. Okay. So if you want to get some of that nutmeg right there, just with that measuring spoon.
How much are we doing? Is this a half teaspoon?
Yep, so that's a half teaspoon. So we're just gonna do a little bit of that. And then we've got a cup and a half of eggnog here. And then we're gonna do a little bit of this salt. I like to do a little pinch of salt in everything especially with this real salt. Exactly, it just brings the flavors out.
Is this going in as well? This is homemade vanilla by yours truly.
So we've got some homemade vanilla, and I'm gonna pour it so that we don't get all these beans in here.
Okay, you don't scoop it.
So usually when I have a ton, the extract comes out pretty easy, but okay, we avoided any beans in there. So
we whisking?
Yes, so start whisking that, and then as soon as that's combined, we can add the eggs, and like I said, those will kind of bind everything together, give it that, you know, French toast eggy texture that we're used to, but the eggnog and the nutmeg make it really kind of festive.
The smell over here right now, the vanilla, the nutmeg, the eggnog.
Super holiday, totally.
You probably
right before the eggs. Yeah, exactly. It's just super flavorful now.
So how many eggs do we have here?
So we've got 5 eggs, so we're gonna mix those in really quick.
Okay. Do I whisk as you go?
Sure, go for it.
How fancy are we here, you know?
Totally. That's what's great about this breakfast is it's super easy, so it's something you can mix up.
Yeah.
You know, people have a lot of family over during the holidays and stuff like that, and so you can do this the morning of because it is really quick, or you can mix this mixture up the night before, and then in the morning, like say on Christmas morning, when the kids are all running around wanting breakfast, but then they're also wanting to play with all their presents and stuff. So, and you want to take pictures.
This is a good post-present, a post-present meal.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know, how do you guys do it in your family? Do you do breakfast first and then presents, or presents and breakfast?
So we go to both my husband's family and my family, so we really have 2 breakfasts.
Oh my gosh.
And so we wake up and kind of do our little present thing, and since most of my siblings are older, it's not like presents first, and so everybody's kind of like feed me.
Really? So you do breakfast first?
Yeah.
I have a lot of nephews and nieces, and so it's all about presents.
Yes.
First thing in the morning, you know? Okay, I have one yolk that refuses to break,
keeps
but
running
we're
away.
Almost there.
Yes.
Okay, I think we are there. So, do you want to pour this in that?
Yeah, so we'll pour it in here so that way we can put the bread in. So what you want is you want heartier bread. You want it to be a little bit drier, a little bit thicker.
I've heard this. You want it to be stiff.
Yes, because if you stick a really moist piece of bread in all of this mixture, it's going to be really gooey.
So what did you use?
So this is just some French bread from the store because it's really, you know, it's got that kind of crustier taste.
Yes.
If you can get like some challah bread with the pretty braided on top, that's really nice. Some Texas toast. One thing that you probably don't want to use is that like the nice soft white bread that, you know, that everybody likes to eat.
Yes.
It will be kind of soggier. Granted, if that's what your kids will eat, you know, you're gonna do that. But if you can like leave the bread loaf open to make it a little bit softer or a little bit harder overnight, that way it'll soak up the mixture more.
That's like so against like my nature to leave a bread bag open.
I know. I did that with this last night. I cut them all open and left it open, and it was like, it's gonna be fine in the morning. It really is.
Okay. Mine's pouring?
Yeah, so pour, you know, whatever will fit in there so we don't make a mess. So you want it in kind of like a wide open, shallow dish so that you can stick the bread in there.
Right.
And now we're gonna get totally messy, but we've got paper towels.
Yeah, I just use hands.
So
my mom tries to use a fork sometimes to like try to avoid it. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, no, just get dirty.
Just do it.
It's way easier. So you kind of get those soaking in there, and then we're gonna get some nice sizzling going on here and let those start cooking.
Let's go through the ingredients again. We have eggnog.
Cup and a half of eggnog.
Nutmeg.
Yes.
Little bit of salt.
Just a little pinch, like a quarter teaspoon maybe.
And vanilla.
And then a half teaspoon of vanilla as well. And then 5 eggs.
5 eggs. Okay, that's not bad.
Super easy, and it's gonna be so good. If you're an eggnog lover, and really I'm not the biggest eggnog fan, but this is still so good. Like it's just enough of it,
well,
you know?
It's eggy, which you know, French toast is eggy already, so it's not like too out of
Yeah, it's not like, well, why does this taste like eggs? It's like French toast already tastes like eggs, so.
All right, what else do we have over here? We're not making it, but you could at home still.
Yes,
you do
we'll
share
talk
all the
about
recipes.
how to make those later. So we've got this buttermilk breakfast cake that I bring to like all my holiday family parties.
Yes.
And it's always a big hitter. So
You're so
if
gentle with this, by the way.
I'm trying not to get too messy. So yeah, if you're coming to my family party this weekend, that's probably what I'm bringing.
Lovely.
But not the same one, don't worry. And then we've got some oatmeal that I made overnight in the slow cooker, and I found a way to make it not mushy, because I feel like oatmeal usually gets super mushy.
A crock pot oatmeal?
Yes, it's
What's
the
in
best. So it's just steel cut oats, and we've got some water, and then it's got orange zest. It's an orange cranberry, so it's a little more, holiday-ish.
Yeah.
So it's got some orange and like some orange zest and orange juice, and some craisins, those dried cranberries, and that, and some cinnamon. I put a little brown sugar in there so that
Oh my gosh.
it ups it up a little
Definitely
bit.
a Christmas morning meal.
Yes,
well,
it's gonna
let's
be
let
so
these
good.
cook. I want to come back and talk to you about where we can get all your recipes and what you do for. I mean, why are you here? You're a personal chef. She
like
does
all the
catering. She does
food.
everything. So we're gonna cover all that in just a bit while we eat some
we'll let
French
these
toast.
cooking.
That's gonna come up in just a few minutes on the Mountain Morning Show. Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I'm with Lindsey Hargett from LK Cooking. This morning we are making breakfast that you should probably be making on Christmas morning.
Yes,
it's
totally.
a little fancier. We made we did a demonstration of a delicious eggnog French toast.
Yes, and it should be so good.
Eggnog,
Just getting done.
homemade vanilla, nutmeg, salt, normal eggs. Okay,
Yes.
so we've been making that. We definitely want to try it, but tell me what else
ready
we
to
have
go.
going on here.
Okay, so we've got a couple more staples. We saw how easy this one was to make. Like I said, this buttermilk breakfast cake, it's totally the one that I make for all of my
it looks good.
holiday parties and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's super simple to make. You can eat it. It's kind of good
What's
cold
in there?
too.
You have like several berries, I see.
Yes, so I freeze berries all year long. Whenever they're on sale, I get them and I freeze them. So
a
I
good
have
idea.
fresh berries in the freezer. So you can use fresh, but freezer berries are cheaper right now.
Yeah.
So I've got some raspberries, some blueberries. I've done like blackberries and strawberries in the past. So you can kind of just throw
And
whatever.
what's the crust?
So it's kind of like, I say that it's kind of like a muffin in a big dish, and it's almost kind of like an English scone too, where it's like, kind of crumbly and buttery and sugary, and it's just all the good stuff. So it really is like a scoopable muffin.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to be really
and that's
good.
gluten-free, so our buddy
Yes,
Joe
I made this
can
one
come and eat
gluten-free
that.
for Joe. So
And then tell me about the crock pot. Why are we using a crock pot for breakfast?
yes,
Yes.
Yeah?
go nuts there.
I can give this a shot.
Yes, here.
Why,
You can go right
would
here.
we use a crock pot for
So
breakfast?
the slow cooker is literally my best friend. I have 2 slow cookers and they're so great. So we've got here, and you can put some whipped cream on that too
Oh yeah,
if you
let's
want.
do that.
Oh, we all know Joe
So-
loves his whipped cream.
Yes.
Save some for us. So the slow cooker is awesome, and you always, we use it to make dinner and stuff like that, and you start it
Yes.
in the morning, but you can use it overnight. You can start your breakfast, and so this
that's a good
is
idea.
great because oatmeal always gets kind of mushy, like we were talking about. But
Yeah.
what you do with the oatmeal?
Oh my gosh.
Is that good? I only tried a little piece of it, so it'd stay kind of
Wow.
pretty rough
I'm going to
looking.
try everything,
So,
by the way. I'm
yes,
gonna
we're just going to eat everything.
Different
That's
piles
really
on
good.
there.
So-
what was the secret to not making it soggy?
Turning it on warm and using steel cut oats. Steel cut oats don't get that mushy texture that
Yeah.
the other ones do, and so all you do is you put this on warm, and so it's not gonna crisp up overnight, because I know a lot of people worry about it like being in there too long and
Yeah.
crisping, and this just stays on warm and it cooks enough.
And you
And it
leave it
turns out
alone.
looking
That's
like
maybe
this.
the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Don't touch it.
There's
If
no
you sit there
babysitting.
and mix it and stuff, then it does get all mushy. Right?
Yes. Well,
So-
this one's so great.
Besides the steel cut oats, do you have milk in here? Do you have
So
water?
I did water just because if you do it in the slow cooker, you kind of worry about the milk like scalding and getting kind of
Yes.
weird. So you can put some, some milk or some almond milk
Maybe a
in.
little bit after.
Yes, afterwards,
Okay.
and that would make it kind of creamy.
and
But
you have nuts and craisins in here.
so we put some nuts on top, but the craisins have been cooking in there along with some orange zest and
Oh.
orange juice. I also put chia seeds in with my steel cut oats just because
Always.
they have kind of the same texture, and so I guarantee your kids won't notice it and your husband won't notice
No,
it.
it's a secret.
And
It's a
I
secret.
didn't tell my husband, and he's been trying it, so good so far.
All right, I want one
And
of
it's
everything.
a superfood, so that's really good
Exactly,
for you.
so it's super good for you, and it's steel cut oats. So really, this is a no babysitting meal, and you make it, while you're sleeping, and it's really good for you.
While we're eating,
So-
tell me about January. You have something new coming up.
So what I do every month that I've done for the past almost year is I've done kids cookie classes every month. It's my cookie of the month class. And they're really fun. We just had one this last Saturday. And so they're really fun, but I've been wanting to do, and I do adult classes, but I haven't done them like regularly.
Right.
So starting in January, I'm gonna start doing adult classes every month. So we're gonna
Wow.
do, and they're gonna be, you know, I do them super inexpensive so that everybody can come. You know, you get to eat and learn how to make the food, and sometimes there's some to take home.
Tell
and
me some of the recipes you're going to be making during these classes.
so just lots of different things. I want to do some that are like basics that people, you know, kind of have always wanted to learn how to make, but they don't really know. So, you know, classics like, because I studied French, you know, cooking kind of classics, and so things like pot pies and roux and, you know, things like that. But then also I feel like a lot of people want to eat, you know, Thai food, Indian food,
Yes.
Chinese food, but they don't want to make it because it's.
I don't know how to make that. I always
But
go
it's
out
not.
for that kind of
Yeah,
food,
it
right?
seems kind of intimidating,
Yeah, it's
but
actually
it's
kinda
really
easy.
not. I know,
Yeah.
it's one of like the easiest things. And same with like Mexican food. They're some of the easiest meals to make. We Americans make food so hard sometimes.
Right.
But, so I want to teach kind of some different cuisines. So, you know, some classics, some new different cuisines and stuff. So they'll just be all over the place. So I'll do those once a month. And like I said, they'll be really inexpensive because I just want everybody to be able to, you know, have a fun girls' night out or
Yeah.
bring their husband and kind of.
Date night.
Yeah, exactly. Have
I've
a
been
date
on a
night.
double date on a cooking class, and I loved it.
And it was good?
Yeah, it was
But did
really
your
fun.
husband love it? That's my question.
Well, it was steak, so yes.
So they gotta eat. That's
Yeah.
I feel like the women get to, you know, do something kind of fun that they want to do, and then the guys get to eat. So
All right.
either way, it's a
last
win-win.
thing, French toast. I
Oh,
want to eat
this
that.
French toast. So
Yes.
yes, we can get some of this on
We
your
just
plate.
made this.
Ooh, and this should be so good.
This
So,
is the eggnog.
This is amazing,
French
by the way.
toast.
Awesome.
Can I just
Oh,
say
I know,
that?
and I
Try
can taste
some
the
of that.
citrus and the oatmeal.
You know, I love that like freshness in that one.
Yes.
So you can put some berries on this, you know, whatever you've got in the freezer, like me, because I'm trying to use up all of my freezer berries. We got some syrup. We can do some more whipped cream on there as well. You
I'll
can
take
kind of
a
throw
dollop of
anything
whipped
on
cream,
there.
But be careful. Joe always tries to get you in the face, so just be
Yes.
careful.
There you
Wow,
go.
I can't even
Perfect.
see my
Oh.
French toast anymore.
Almost got you there.
All right, Lindsay, we're gonna have to say
gonna
goodbye
try
as we
this.
take a bite of this. Yeah, don't. You have to eat your
I
own
gotta
food,
eat
right?
too, right?
Absolutely.
For sampling.
You enjoyed the gluten-free treat?
Wow. I need to eat that whole
Good?
pan right now.
All right, Lindsay, thank you so much for joining us. And of course,
thanks
if
for
you
having
guys
me.
want to do a cooking class, January is a time to start for a monthly date night, girls' night, anything, any kind of night.
So just
go
follow
out.
my Instagram at LK Cooking, and I post like regular updates, and then on my website when I have signups, they'll be there at lkcooking.com.
Lovely. All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes right after this.